Well,
Go ahead.
we met in Fargo, North Dakota. That was our home, both of us.
And whereabouts did we meet?
We met at the radio station where Gene worked. There was a studio orchestra, and I became their trombone player.
And there was a piano player named Rudy who
Right.
introduced us, right?
Right, Rudy Rudd.
And the way he
was
did
red.
it, he said, "Gene, I want you to meet this cute guy I think is just perfect for you. You'll probably end up marrying him someday."
Boy, was he right. I was about 19, I think.
Boy, that's a long time ago. And
Yeah.
of course, you robbed the cradle when you met me. I was
14.
14.
Right.
What was there to do in Fargo besides movies?
I know we had a malted milk at the
Nurse Dairy.
Nurse Dairy store.
Yeah.
It
Not
seemed like
many.
it was about every other week to me.
No. That was because you were so jealous.
Oh, right. She had a following of young men that were trailing her around, you know.
Yes.
They're mostly baseball players, by the way.
And I love baseball to this day.
Yeah.
I'm a rabid fan of baseball. But anyway.
When I found out that I was going to be sent to Portland, Oregon, why, I think that was at the time that I popped the question and asked her if she'd wait until I got established, you know. And I
Yes.
don't remember what her answer was now, but it wound up yes later. She was a Lutheran, so we scared up a Lutheran church pastor out in Portland, and he performed a ceremony.
The friends that were there, maid of honor. And
Right, one of the guys that I was working with had a girlfriend, and she became the maid of honor, and he was the best man for me. And
not a soul in the church but us. It was either that or wait until he got a leave and could come back to Fargo. We lived in a big, beautiful home that was owned by an architect and his wife. So we shared the rental on this big,
just the
beautiful
upstairs
home.
of the house.
And
We just rented the upstairs.
no, we had the beautiful big downstairs with the
We
grand
did.
piano and the big kitchen and dining room, the whole thing, you know. And if I remember correctly, we paid $50 a month apiece.
We invited my boss over for dinner and a couple of the other guys from the place where I worked. And she baked a cherry pie as a treat for him.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
gotta
the
tell the
sweet
rest
tooth.
of it. That it was a gift from somebody, and they were the Queen Anne cherries, which are very good and very expensive. And I get out a recipe book, and I had never made a cherry pie in my life, let alone fresh cherries. So I made the pie shell and the filling and the top and the whole thing. It did not say to pit the cherries. So I didn't.
When my boss took his first bite, he crunched on the cherry.
Oh, well, I guess the very early thing that we got into was in our own bedroom the night of our wedding. We came back from the dinner and doing something with the friends and coming back home. We were very tired. We had been on the go all day, and on the mirror, which was one of those old three-way mirrors that you have on these older dressers.
Where the outsides fold in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a man and a woman, you know, and kisses all over the
It was
place.
in lipstick.
So we get into bed, and it was sham sheeted. We couldn't
We
get our
couldn't
feet
get
down.
our feet down.
And there was rice all over on the inside of it.
Oh, they really fixed us up
They
good.
did. He was, you know, a little upset about that because he'd planned to go back to college and finish his degree. So when I told him, we were living in his mom's apartment building on the ground floor, and she was out in the hallway, which we didn't know. And I told
We had
Lloyd,
the back door open.
yeah, and I told Lloyd we were expecting another baby. And he said, oh my, there goes my college. And I said, well, just remember, it's a blessing from God. And he said,
Does he have to bless us quite this often?
that's right. We wanted to mention a little bit about our boys, David, Douglas, and Mark. They have always been the best boys. Every mother and father say that, I know. But these guys were always so family oriented. We just did everything together and had a lot of fun. We loved music, all of us. And the boys grew up loving music. They were very good students. And we just always expected them to really be something. And they have never disappointed us. We have 3 doctors. We have, David is our doctor of education, and Douglas has gone on and has become a cardiologist, and Mark has become a dentist. 3 doctors. And that, we think, is a wonderful thing to have happen, right?
Right.
So boys, we love you. You know, Lloyd, after 70 years, actually closer to 75 that we've been together, it's sort of like that song, September song. The May part was when we got married. The December part is now. And we're enjoying that part of our life, right?
Right.
I know I love you still.
And I love you still.
Give me a hug and a kiss.